The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now time for sports, brought to you by the Marquee Network. Stream Cubs baseball at watchmarquee.com. That's watchmarquee.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, I'll tell you what, people can't get enough of talking about the WNBA, and I'm here for it because without Caitlin Clark the last several years, I can, pretty much not going to be a hypocrite. I wouldn't be watching all these games. And it is fire now, especially watching, not being the Chicago Fire, but Chicago Sky, WNBA team with Angel Reese, who Caitlin Clark competed against. The rivalry started in college when she was at LSU and Caitlin Clark was at Iowa. And all the fallout from that game over the weekend where there was a hard foul, a real brutal hip check foul on Caitlin Clark from a Chicago Sky player. That would be Kennedy. And so Angel Reese spoke yesterday with her in a press conference talking about, the physical play, everybody talking about it, and, of course, her role in it and being the bad guy.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Had her for a minute there. Now, listen, there is one reason why. Now, the rivalry built between her and college, that's definitely why people are watching. But Caitlin Clark is absolutely the reason why everybody is really into it because she can shoot from half court. I mean, it's just a meritocracy. It's like when you can play that good and shoot, no one can shoot like her. No one in the history of the sport has shot like her. She's the Steph Curry of women's basketball. And because of that, that has brought so much, that got me to watch it. Oh my God, this girl can shoot from the logo. And obviously the rivalry with Angel Reese was awesome in college, and it's now gone into being here in Chicago. Angel Reese on our team, and then Caitlin Clark on the Indiana Fever. They have a game coming up, a rematch, the 23rd, which I got to get to somehow. I don't know, Case, if you can look at the prices on that. I know they were super high, the prices for that game. Like a Bulls game. Like going to
absolutely. It's like the rivalry.
Yeah.
But
you go back just a few years when the Sky won the WNBA championship and the parade went through town. And I'm not ripping on them. I'm just saying that there was barely anybody there watching the parade. They had the parade through town, and it was very light. If they win again now in this situation of what Caitlin Clark has provided and Angel Reese, she's definitely a part of it, I think it'll be pretty crowded. It won't be a Cubs parade, but it'll be a little crowded.
Now, I will say a lot of people were bashing her for this quote because at the end she goes, it's also because of me.
Right.
Instead of it's because of so many women in the NBA. I will say, I don't think she was trying to say it's only because of her and Caitlin Clark. She was speaking from it's also because of me. And if somebody else is speaking, it's also because of her. And I think she meant it from that prerogative. I don't think she thinks the only two reasons people are watching are her and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
I think she meant it's not just her, it's because of me. I'm playing my role in this. And then so I think she meant it like that because I didn't feel like it was said super bitchy or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like she was just speaking on there's been a lot that's added to it. And no doubt, the Caitlin Clark hype has been one of the main reasons. But then there's also a lot of talent. And then there's also rivalries and drama that's been going on. And then, so it's built upon that. So there is more than one reason. Well, it's not just one good player. There has been the drama and then the rivalries. And then it was a bad call, I think. Is it Kennedy or Kennedy?
It's Kennedy.
You found out. Okay, thank you very much.
That's the thing, see, but that's the thing I do say. It really is because of Caitlin Clark. There's no way there is great players in the WNBA, but they're going to get records on everything because of Caitlin Clark. There's no question about it at all.
Well, but what I was going to say is, okay, the reason we're talking about the WNBA so much this week as a show that doesn't just cover sports, don't come at us, I'm just saying, is because of what Kennedy did. Now, I'm not saying it was a good thing, but because there was drama. We wouldn't have been talking about that game for 2 or 3 days.
But I will say,
if a normal game happened.
If she didn't hit Caitlin Clark, we wouldn't have been talking about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it isn't just because one person's good at basketball. You're not spending 3 days talking about that one game.
Yeah.
There is a lot of drama and stuff going on that's adding to some of the best players there's ever been. And then you add the layer of drama with it. It is bringing it back up and into conversation.
It's bringing the conversation, no question. But they have to give props to Caitlin Clark for bringing all the attention to it.
They need to be less mad about it.
Yeah, they need
for
to
sure.
like Charles Barkley said it best. Stop being petty. because you're all going to benefit now. Everybody's going to benefit. They got private jets now and bigger arenas and bigger endorsement deals, all because of Caitlin Clark. So that's why that started the fire, if you will. And then other people were getting noticed for their skill that was already there, but not many people noticed because they just didn't watch. It's a fact. The ratings are out of control. The money is. And I got to get to that game on the 23rd. Case, I don't know if you have any numbers on those tickets.
I do. I went to my preferred secondhand ticket market app, SeatGeek. Brian, I know it's been a while since you've looked. Kenzie, take a guess, too. Do you want to guess what the cheapest ticket to the June 23rd Indiana Fever Chicago Sky game is right now? The cheapest ticket available on the secondhand market.
I can tell you what it was.
Okay, give me a base.
So a base, I think a couple weeks ago was $250 for the cheapest ticket.
Okay, so I was actually going to guess $240.
Oh, you were exactly
That's what I was
right.
going to say.
But I don't know what it is now.
$240. Brian, do you have a guess as to where it's at now?
The way you said it makes you think it got lower. So I'm going to say $170.
You would be off base. It has only gotten higher.
Damn.
The cheapest ticket on SeatGeek right now for that June 23rd Fever Sky game is $327.
Good Lord.
Woo!
And that is not a great seat, mind you.
That's
I'm looking
the
at it
worst
right
seat.
now on the map, and it is not, I'm not like, oh, I'm dying to sit there.
Now, what arena is this going to be in?
Wintrust.
This isn't Wintrust.
Which where DePaul plays basketball,
Right.
and they play down there in the South Loop there, which is a beautiful arena.
We should just throw them at the United Center and free up some tickets.
There's a
It's such
concert
big
there
game.
that night.
They were going to do it, but I believe it's Chris Brown at the United Center.
Is it really?
Because me and Megan looked it up. We were trying to say, like, why don't they move to the United Center? It's like a month ago, and I think it's a Chris Brown show, which, why don't they put Chris Brown at Wintrust? Move him.
Maybe they should bump Chris Brown for women. That would be a nice move.
Well, it would kind of be, it would help. It would help the cause.
Okay, so it's not Chris Brown that night.
Oh, my
Who is
bad.
it?
Now I'm gonna expose myself here. I admittedly don't know who this is, and they're
Ooh.
playing the United Center.
I'm
Okay.
excited. Who is it?
It's somebody named Russ.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, do I know who Russ is.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay, I never heard of Russ.
Multi-platinum artist Russ
Yes.
is heading out on his It Was You All Along tour, featuring guests Six Slack and Melly
Yeah.
at
Not
the
Nelly?
United. Not Nelly,
Melly.
but
Oh,
Melly.
crap.
Melly. She's a female artist.
Okay.
Very good R&B artist.
What genre is Russ in? That's all I need to know.
Hip hop.
Okay.
But not really mainstream hip hop. Some would argue that he's an underground artist. He actually writes and produces all of his own music, and he became popular because he put out a song a day for over a year that he wrote and produced and did everything himself.
I bet those weren't any good.
On his SoundCloud. It's actually pretty good. He's actually very talented.
Well, every song can't be good. 365 songs.
No, I'm telling he puts out album on album on album, and the entire album is just credited to him because he does the beat and the production and the vocals and the writing. I mean, it's actually pretty impressive that he can do every single thing himself, and he's a huge leader. He has signed a bunch of artists, and he's a very big leader in telling other artists, like, don't sign to labels. You can do this yourself, and, like, to own your own production. He's actually huge on that.
So if I just play something randomly, is there any swear words in it you think offhand?
Probably. I would say yes.
Let's take a gamble. Let's see what happens.
He raps very quickly.
Is he like Twista?
I know. I mean, he's a rapper, Brian. And
I love that that's your frame of reference. Oh, he
Well,
raps fast.
when you
It's like
say,
Twista.
well, when you say he raps fast, I assume it's Twista.
Well, I don't know what song you have. He
It's-
does sing too.
It's called What They Want.
Yeah. He's gonna curse, but
What if it starts off F? Okay, they can move the show. They can move. They can
I'm
move
with
it.
you.
They,
I
they
can't
can
believe
move
that's
it.
at the United Center. I am not a fan.
you didn't hear it.
I heard
I heard
enough.
Fun fact. I met Russ in Florida,
Oh.
and then he invited me to go on his European tour with Eminem.
Oh.
But I was like, well, I have a job.
Well,
And
did he
he's
want
like,
you
how
to,
about you quit?
did he want you to be a dancer or wants to go with him?
He wanted me to go with him.
Ooh.
And I FaceTimed his mom and stuff too.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
Wait a
like
minute.
The whole thing.
Wait, was that his opening line to you saying, hi, go on tour with me? Or did he work up saying, let's go get dinner?
No, but I mean, it didn't take long for him to be like, you should come with me on the European tour. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I have a job. And he's like, leave your job. Like, don't worry about it.
Gotta admit, that's pretty smooth.
Yeah. I was like, boy, do you have a point.
So,
I did, but I did not go.
I mean, in long-term things, you made the right decision.
I don't know.
I think you did.
Looking back, I'm like, woof.
Don't you think he went? I'm not saying you wouldn't have been a keeper, but didn't he go through a lot of women? You think?
Wow, that's mean. You don't
No,
think
it's
I would
not.
have been valuable?
I'm saying that's not it at all. I'm
That's
saying
kinda what you're saying.
He's a hip hop artist. I think it's pretty well known that they're not going to stay faithful.
He's different.
He's different. Then you'd be with him. You couldn't even say it.
That's not who he is.
You couldn't even say it.
No.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And I'm getting emotional here, getting ready to do Clash with Kenzie, as it's sponsored by the Schaumburg Boomers. I'm sorry. What was that again, Kenzie?
Feel the boom. My microphone's supposed to be on.
I know.
I work here.
Yeah, it just was off for a second, and now I don't like your non-boomness.
Feel it. Feel the boom.
No, give me a good one. Give me a good one.
Feel the boom.
That's right.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Boom! Let it go. And Emily will be competing against Kenzie today in trivia for the Rainbow Kitten Surprise tickets. Emily, ahoy, what are you doing?
I'm driving to work.
And what do you do?
I am a consultant.
Oh, that's a fake job. That's absolutely a fake job. Emily, explain to me what a consultant does, because I've never understood it.
We help you solve problems that you can't solve.
Amen.
What a good answer. See, we have consultants in radio, and they come in and they go, you know what you guys got to do is play more games on the radio.
People love games.
People love, and these are.
Brian knows my
I love
stance
games.
on radio consultants. She loves games. Brian knows my stance on radio consultants because they're just a bunch of people who weren't good enough to have a radio show. And so they became consultants for people who have them. And I'm like, we're not listening to them. But that doesn't apply to Emily because it could be with like numbers. And I need help with numbers all the time.
See, now I'm afraid to ask Emily, are you a radio consultant?
Oh.
Oh, gosh, no.
I was like, you're not going to play.
But she loves games.
That's right. Hey, who doesn't?
And this is a game right here. I guess we ended up listening to the consultant eventually for this game.
Maybe they know something.
Oh, maybe they're good. All right, here we go. Emily, first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails, Emily.
Heads.
It is heads. Good job.
See, because she consults. She knows the answers.
Yeah. All right.
It's kind of not fair that I'm playing her.
Emily, here we go. Listen carefully here. Trident gum, Diet Coke, and tabletop sweeteners all contain what man-made chemical?
Oh, what's it called? It's like, it's not sativa. It's like,
3, 2, 1. Oh. What? I didn't hear what you said. It was after the buzzer, I believe.
No, I believe it was after the buzzer. You're right.
Kenzie, do you know?
I believe it's aspartame. Aspartame?
You got it right the first
Is it-
time.
Is that how you say it?
Aspartame. Now
I wasn't sure if I was just reading it phonetically when I read it. Like, it's like, well, the A's silent, you idiot. That always happens to me.
Aha, spertami.
Well, pterodactyl.
Yeah, it's probably bad for you, I guess. That's
Very bad for you. Diet Coke is the worst soda you can have.
Is that right?
I saw TikTok on this last night, so it must be true.
Yeah. Well, they say that because of the aspartame's not good. I had to stop drinking it while I was pregnant / breastfeeding, and I loved it. And now I have all the calories of normal soda. It's not helping me out.
Wait, so you drink normal now?
Yeah, but now I just can't have it as much. It's no fun.
Well, real Coke is fire.
Amen.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know, but it also has a lot of calories. It's the whole thing. It sucks.
Diet Coke always tastes like stale Coke to me. I could never drink it. I hated it.
See, I preferred the taste of diet.
Interesting. What does Coke Zero have in it? Am I doing something bad by drinking in Coke Zero?
Isn't that 0 calories?
Yeah, but is there
I think it's
aspartame in
zero
it?
sugar. I don't know.
Or it's zero sugar. There's like
Zero
1
sugar.
calorie.
No,
One.
you're good. You're healthy as an ox.
Well, I mean, look at you. What could be wrong?
You guys stop.
Somebody
You're
at
like a
the
statue.
Somebody at the Shinedown Lounge yesterday came up to Brian and said that he looked very thin compared to the last time they saw him.
That's nice.
I don't know when the last time they saw me was. I don't know if it's a compliment or not.
Did they have you mixed up with somebody else?
No,
Like, they thought you were like Ralphie May.
She would not stop saying it. And it's like you just said earlier, it's all about angles. I guess I was in the right angle and the lighting in the lounge. So I didn't move the rest of the lounge.
I would just love to know her previous image of you.
I'm actually
Just
heavier.
a beached whale.
No, because she couldn't have seen me heavier because I'm pretty heavy right now. Like,
I would agree with that. Let's go back to trivia here real quick. It's 1-0 back to Kenzie.
thanks for getting us on track. It's only 1-0 right
It's
now.
only 1-0. Sorry, Emily, you're going to be late for work.
Is it to Emily?
No, it's Kenzie.
Kenzie, the Game Boy was released by what video game company?
Nintendo.
Nintendo is
There we
right.
go.
Very addictive. Emily, in the movie Dirty Dancing, what did Baby carry?
What did baby carry?
Yeah, she was carrying something in the movie. Not the whole movie. 3, 2.
Water.
Not water. Kenzie?
Watermelon.
It was a watermelon.
I carried a watermelon? She gets all mad when she said that to Patrick Swayze.
Is it back to Kenzie?
It is 3-0.
What month is named after Julius Caesar? It's a
Uh,
month named after him.
July?
It is July. It is July.
Okay.
That sucks she got that right.
That's the only
that
thing
sucks.
It's a
I
message.
don't think it's September.
It's a message people playing. Sound it out.
Yeah.
Julius.
It's not always, the complicated answer.
All right, well, bad news for Emily. She has 0 points. Kenzie has 4, but Emily can get on the board here.
Let's go, Em.
Emily, the Rose Bowl is an event in what sport?
Football.
Specifically, what football?
American football.
I really needed the whole answer on this
I
one.
would count that. You said what sport, and that is the sport. You said what sport?
Well, what do you think it is?
Well, it's college football.
That's what I was looking for.
But you said what sport?
Okay, we'll give Emily that point, and we'll go back to Kenzie here.
I just saying, I get where she's coming from.
College football is different than the NFL. Sorry. Okay.
But it's all football.
Sorry, Emily. Sorry,
Especially
yo.
when you're a girl. That would be football.
All right, back to Kenzie here. She's got 4. She can win it right now.
Oh, no. Kenzie, how many innings are there in an Olympic softball game?
I am going to go with how many innings my son plays and say 7.
It is 7. Wow. 7 innings. Emily, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I love Rainbow Kitten Surprise, but someone else won them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, we got a hard...
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you so
I'll
much.
do better next time.
Yeah, but, hey, but stay listening right now because I'm going to give away in about 3 minutes, so stay right here, okay?
All right, thanks.
Okay, everybody... Oh, I felt bad, but what are you going to do? We have a hard stance now. We got to give them away because everybody has a chance now after the Foo
boss,
Fighters.
You know what I mean?
So right after the Foo Fighters, everybody listening has a chance when you hear God Bless the Baby for those tickets to Rainbow Kitten Surprise. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.